What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bring guys a brand new video. We're going to be doing a mid-taper on my boy, so stay tuned. We started off by creating our first guideline, contouring to the back of his neck. Now that we're done balding him out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Using your lever midway and all the way closed will help you erase that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. Using the lever and the one guard, we're going to soften up the line and get it ready for the half guard. Now that we're done softening up the line, we can move on to the half guard and erase the line completely. Now we're going to move on to the two guard all the way open and use our comb to feed the hair into the clipper. Using this guard, we're going to use the lever to soften up the line and get it ready for the 1.5 guard. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated, man. Thank you. Before we erase the line with our 1.5 guard, we're going to move on to our 3 guard all the way open and go ahead and stack our guard. Now we switched over to the 1.5 guard and we're going to erase the line completely. Sometimes there's still a faint line, so switching over to your 1 guard all the way open and using its corners will help you. Now I'm using the 4 guard all the way open to debulk, and I'm also using the combs to feed the hair into the clipper. That is very important, because if you just go with your clipper, it's going to push the hair up and it won't cut properly. Now we're moving on to our clipper oval comb method and we're continuing to blend into the rest of the fade. Remember to tilt your comb at a certain degree, whichever degree is needed, and to cut slowly so the hair feeds into the clipper. Now we're moving on to our shears. We're going to grab the hair and cut at a diagonal Make sure you keep your fingers as straight as possible. You don't want to cut yourself. Of course, always add detail with your no guard all the way open and your one guard all the way open. Now that we're done with the back taper, we can move on to the neckline. I started off at the bottom and worked my way to the top arch, just like my C-cups. Remember to take your time, you don't want to arch this line too high. Now we're creating our first guideline to our taper. We're using our foil shaver to remove all the stubble, and then we're going to move on to our no guard all the way open, creating our second guideline. Remember to use the lever to blend your initial guideline out. Having it closed and midway would definitely help. Now we're moving on to the one guard all the way open, and we're creating our third guideline. We're continuing to follow that rainbow shape. We don't want to go too high because he does have a lot of bulk on the sides. Now that we're done softening up the line with the one guard, we can move on to the half guard and erase the line completely. We're going to pin up the hair before we debulk the side. Now we're using our 3 guard all the way open to debulk. Now we're moving on to our clipper over comb method, and we're tilting our clipper comb to a certain degree so we could cut and it could blend perfectly into the top. Now we're using our 4 guard all the way open, and we're continuing to blend. Now that we got our base, we can continue to detail and go to our previous guards. Now we're moving on to the C-cups. We're starting our way at the bottom and working our way to the top arch. You don't want to press too hard in this area, especially if your trimmers are sharp. Here we're detailing with our 1.5 guard all the way open. Now we switch to our 1 guard all the way open and we're continuing to use our corners to detail. Now that we're done with the taper, we can move on to the front line. And first, I always start off by debulking with the 1 guard all the way open, and then I continue to line him up. He does have a little bit of a widow peak, so we're going to start off at the middle and work our way to the sides. Now we're going to cut the top. We separated the front bangs from the top, and now we're going to create our first guideline through the middle and work our way to the sides. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Now we're moving on to the Turkish Razor and Derby Premium blades, and we're going to make them as crispy as possible. We're also going to do his eyebrows and goatee. Always make sure you stretch the skin and keep the blade at a 45-degree angle.